Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar and welcome to another edition of Unboxing and Review in Product Review. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the Apple Watch Series 4 44mm LTE variant. Before I do that, let me state this in the interest of full disclosure that I bought this product with my own funds and that it is not a review product. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. No one is paying for this review and no one is reviewing this video before it is uploaded. Secondly, if you wish to look at a specific aspect of the product, then I have put timeline markers in the description below. If you are watching this on a computer, then directly click the timestamp and on a mobile device, drag the playhead to the approximate timestamp. Now the Apple Watch Series 4 is hands down the best smartwatch you can buy right now. When the watch was launched in 2015, it was more of a pricey iPhone accessory than an essential device. But then Apple realized that the watch's placement literally on a person's body gave it capabilities the phone could never have. The optical heart rate sensor enabled high heart rate alerts, giving people information they could use to seek medical treatment. The watch's potential became clear. The Apple Watch is not just a niche smartwatch anymore. In fact, Apple claims it's the most popular watch, smart or otherwise, in the world. The Series 4 is the latest generation of this product line and it adds several features that sound great. This includes the ability to take ECG readings, fall detection, larger and better displays that go all the way to the edge, and an improved heart rate sensor. The Apple Watch also has GPS to track your runs accurately and can be worn while swimming to track your swims as well. Unfortunately, the ECG feature doesn't yet work in India for want of the necessary regulatory approvals, though that might change in the very near future. But how does the rest of the package hold up? Watch to find out. Here is the box. Let's remove the cover. No need for knife or anything. Just pull this part out. Take this off and the cover opens. There are two boxes in this. The first has the watch dial and the second has the straps. On the inside of the cover, you can see the various types of watch colors and straps. Let's remove the strap first. Instructions on how to put the straps. It's a black strap as the watch is also black. Two sizes of strap, one large and the other medium or small. Now for the watch. just lift the lid and you can see the watch. Let's first see the paperwork and accessories. This is the charging adapter. This is the magnetic inductive charger. Now let's take out the beautiful watch. As you can see, the red circle on the crown wheel signifying that it is an LTE version. The watch is protected in a small watch pouch, if you could call it that. Slide it out and there you see the watch. This is the start button. These are the speaker grills. Now first decide the hand on which you will be wearing it on. For left handers, the crown should be on the top right, attaching the strap. Slide through the strap slot. Slide the strap into the watch band groove. You'll hear and feel a click. The Apple Watch has started now as I had touched the start button. Now it will need an iPhone to pair it with, but before I do that, it needs to be charged first. So let's charge it and come back for the pairing. The Apple Watch Series 1 through 3 have two sizes of screen, 38mm and 42mm. While the Series 4 offers 40mm and 44mm, both Series 4 models are slightly larger than their predecessors and the displays are more than 30% larger. That makes a huge difference. The 40mm model's OLED screen is 394 by 324 pixels compared to the 38mm Series 3 which has 340 into 272 pixel display. And the 44mm model is 448 into 368 versus the 390 into 312 panel in the 42mm Series 3. That's right, the smaller Series 4's display is bigger than the larger Series 3's display. This makes every interaction easier. The interesting thing is that all existing Apple Watch bands still work with the Series 4, but remember that 38mm watch band are compatible with the 40mm Series 4 and the 42mm watch bands are compatible with the 44mm Series 4. This is a nice move on Apple's part, which is surprising actually, and it rewards those who've already bought a new bunch of bands. Now, unlike the Apple Pencil in the iPad Pro, where the latest one doesn't work with the older ones and the older Apple Pencils do not work with the 2018 model, the optical heart rate sensor has just one LED instead of the 4 that previous models had. A more subtle change is that the digital crown now doubles as an electrical sensor too. The Series 4 models, just like the Series 3, have LTE variants also to allow you to make phone calls and receive messages even when your phone is switched off. Luckily, the gaudy red circle on the LTE version's digital crown has been replaced with a much subtle red ring. It's a nice to look at, and I do think it's necessary to differentiate the LTE and the GPS only versions visually. The speaker occupies more space on the one side and the microphone has been moved to the other side between the digital crown and the side button. The display is one of the standout features of the Apple Watch Series 4. Having a little bit extra screen space has allowed Apple to introduce some new watch faces and tweak its existing ones, as well as displaying more complications, which is the Apple's term for widgets. Watch faces like activity and infograph now show the time in seconds as well, whereas it is still hours and minutes in the older Apple Watch models. The setup process is pretty simple. You do need an iPhone 5s or higher to set this up. All you have to do is boot up the Apple Watch and hold it near an iPhone, and this will trigger the setup process. This involves the iPhone's camera to scan a code displayed on the watch, and the rest of the process happens on the iPhone, but keep the watch close by. You can transfer your settings, enter a passcode for security, and it also gives an idea about some of the features of the Apple Watch, including the new heart rate monitor, which can warn you if you are suffering from a low heart rate or a high heart rate. You can also set up Apple Pay, and if you have the LTE model, you can also set up your cellular account. Now just go to the mobile data on the watch app in the iPhone and add the account in data plans. When you set up the mobile data, you will have to create a Jio or a Airtel account, and the moment it's done, your watch will take a while and then will show you the Jio or the Airtel data plan. Go to the watch setting on the watch, hit the mobile data, and it will show you the plan as Jio or Airtel and status as connected. Now I had a lot of issue regarding setting up the watch with Airtel and had to actually port my number to Jio in order to get it working. In fact, I've made a video on why I switched from Airtel to Jio. I'll put the link of that video in the description below. In India, only the postpaid of Airtel and pre and postpaid of Jio will work with Apple Watch. But you will be much better off with Jio, where the connection happens in the very first instance as well as on resetting the watch. With Airtel, if you reset, even if you are able to connect it in the first instance, if you reset the watch, you will never be able to get it working again with Airtel. Airtel caused a lot of trouble and no one in customer care actually cares. There is a new Series 4 exclusive infograph watch face, which lets you have as many as 8 complications apart from showing the time and a calendar entry. Each of the 4 corners of the display allow for 1 complication, and there are 4 more within the dial. This allows people to customize the watch face to suit their needs and get all the information they need at a single glance. Third-party developers, however, still can't create watch faces for people to download. But I'm sure as hell hope that this is going to change very soon by the end of next year. The display brightness hasn't changed from Series 3 to 4. Both versions can still hit 1000 nits, but Apple's redesigned the interface to take advantage of all the space on the newer watch's extra large screen. Icons are larger and more detailed. It's easier to read notifications quickly. Even in bright sunlight, I was able to see the text and the complications clearly. Now, Apple introduced the new watch faces with the Series 4 to take advantage of the sizable screen. The company filmed actual vapor, fire, water and liquid metal on a high-speed camera to create the new faces, and the results are stunning. These dynamic faces are also available on the Series 3, but they are contained to the radius surrounding the dial. On the Series 4, the effects are more dramatic. Flames unfurl to lick the sides of the display on one face, and vapor overtakes your wrist like a fog rolling in over the Golden Gate Bridge on another. I think watchOS still needs to evolve a little better to support the LTE variant of the Apple Watch Series 4. The biggest issue I face is to look for the signal strength on the LTE version. Earlier, all you had to do was to swipe up and hit the network icon and you would see the signal strength. But now you have to first switch off the phone, and the Wi-Fi, because as long as the phone is within range, the calls will be mirrored from the phone. If you are in the Wi-Fi network, then the Wi-Fi name will get displayed. If you switch the Wi-Fi off or move away from both the phone and the Wi-Fi, on swiping up from the watch face, it will show you the signal strength on the watch in green. Moreover, there is only one watch face called Explorer which is able to show you the signal strength, and no other watch face does that. For non-LTE models, you can receive and decline calls when the watch and the phone are connected via Bluetooth and they are in the same wireless network. For LTE models, you can receive and reject calls even if the phone and the watch are not linked by Bluetooth and they are not even linked by the same Wi-Fi. In these models, you can receive and reject calls even if the phone is switched off, as shown earlier. Text messages can also be received and sent in these cases in the same way. That means if the phone is switched off, somebody sends you a text, you will receive it on your watch and you can reply back. However, you will not receive any calls or texts on the watch, whether it is LTE or not, if the phone is in the airplane mode. Because it is assumed that if the phone is in the airplane mode, you don't want to be disturbed. And therefore, the watch also will not receive any phone calls or any messages when the phone is in the airplane mode. WhatsApp messages can only be received in the non-LTE model as long as the phone is switched on and both phone and watch are connected by either Bluetooth or the same Wi-Fi network. For the LTE variant, you will get WhatsApp only when the phone is switched on, irrespective of whether the watch and the phone are connected by Bluetooth or whether they are in the same network or not. In such an event, the watch must have, of course, the mobile data switched on. There is no dedicated WhatsApp, however, app on the watchOS so far, and I hope it will change fast. I made and received lots of phone calls through the Apple Watch Series 4 during my review period. The microphone worked well even when I was walking with my hands at my side, but I still had to raise my hand like the characters from a 70s spy movie to hear the other party clearly. You might have a different experience based on how noisy your surroundings are. Most people will either pair the watch with AirPods or other Bluetooth headphones while making calls through the watch, and that is a much better way to use the Series 4 LTE for phone calls. To browse websites, send yourself a link of a website using iMessage and click the link on your Apple Watch. The Apple Watch remains the best smartwatch for the iPhone due to its tight integration with the iOS. A tiny little new feature that makes a world of a difference is that, like iOS 12, watchOS now groups notifications by app. This allows you to quickly dismiss pesky alerts on the watch itself without having to scroll through an endless list. Open the Apple Watch app on your iPhone, tap My Watch, then tap Notifications, tap an app, then tap Custom, and then tap Notification Grouping. Options will include Off, which means the notifications will not be grouped. Then there is an option called Automatically. Your Apple Watch will use this information from the app to create a separate group on its own. For example, news notifications are grouped by the channels you follow: CNN, Washington Post, NDTV, and People. By app, all the app notifications of one given app are grouped together. The one purpose that I would highly recommend the Apple Watch for is fitness. Ever since the Apple Watch Series 2 was launched, it's been pretty clear that exercise tracking is the best feature of the Apple Watch. The Series 4 doesn't have any exclusive new fitness-oriented features, and you can track all the same workouts on older Apple Watch models too. Still, I was quite excited to check out what improvements the new heart rate sensor brings and whether that merits upgradation to the Series 4. Automatic workout detection, introduced with the watchOS 5, allows the Apple Watch to log workouts that you forget to trigger at the beginning. It even shows a notification asking you to confirm that you have finished a workout. I found these alerts to be largely accurate, and it compared well with the data from the equipment that I use, like a treadmill. The idea of closing the rings is so intuitive and addictive that I found myself walking and standing much more in the day than I ever used to. In fact, in all my classes, I have started moving far more than simply standing or sitting. To me, the battery life on the Apple Watch LTE is more than satisfactory, as I have the habit of charging all my devices while going to bed every night. With LTE on and connected to iPhone, the battery lasts easily up to 2 days without charging, and with the phone off and the LTE on, it lasts about a day with about 10% of juice still remaining at the end of it. For call and voice quality, I suggest you check this clip out.
Nikita?
Yeah.
Are you able to hear my voice properly?
Yeah.
Is there any difference between the phone and the watch in terms of the voice quality?
No, the quality is nice.
Okay, bye-bye.
The millennials loop can be put like this. The magnetic part should come out of the watch band lug, and the 3 black tabs should be facing up when you slide the band into the watch groove. The magnetic part should be on the bottom side, assuming the digital crown is on the top right part. You will hear a soft click sound. Now slide the other lug into the other groove. slide in your wrist so that the magnetic part is towards you. For removing it, just press the release button and slide the watch band. Repeat this for both parts of the band. Besides the various types of watch bands, you can buy watch cases that can change the color of your Apple Watch. They look pretty good, definitely not like original, but in fact they protrude out a little that protects the glass. I have purchased all my straps and the protective cover from AliExpress, and I'll put its link in the description below. To conclude, first let's decide whether you need an Apple Watch or not. Just because you own an iPhone doesn't make it essential for you to have an Apple Watch. It's a luxurious accessory that makes your life a lot easier. The fact that you can keep your phone inside a bag or your pocket and your watch lets you see all the notifications and alerts that come to your watch and also respond to those alerts does make it less cumbersome to carry the iPhone with you all the time. Moreover, if you are a fitness freak or the opposite of it like I am, then the fitness features will make it a real good investment, keeping tabs on your workout or motivating you to close rings and increasing your calorie burn, as in my case. The simple fact is, if you can afford it, then it would make a good accessory in terms of both fashion and value. The second question now is, if all you want is a smart accessory, would it not be better to get something like Fitbit, Ionic or Versa? Well, in terms of fitness tracking, the answer is yes, certainly. In terms of price, definitely. But don't fool yourself into thinking that Fitbit and others are smart watches. They are basically fitness trackers with some smart features built in them. You can't make calls or receive calls using any Fitbit watch. If you're in the Android space, my suggestion to you would be to go for the Samsung Galaxy Gear. Don't waste your money on fossil or diesel smartwatches. I've been using them and they are only for fashion accessory and not much in terms of features and use. Third question is, if you are buying the Apple Watch, should you go for Series 3 or 4? There are not that many feature differences between the two except for the increased display size of Series 4. The 40mm GPS only Series 4 will cost you 40,900 rupees, while the 40mm cellular will cost you 49,670. The 44mm GPS only is 43,900 rupees and the 44mm cellular is around 52,900 rupees. For Series 3, the 38mm GPS only is 28,900. The 38mm cellular is 39,800. The 42mm GPS is 31,900, while the 42mm cellular is 40,900. So price wise, Series 3 would be cheaper. But my point is that if you can afford even this much for Series 3, then why not go for the latest? If you can afford a smartwatch for rupees 28,900, then you can definitely shell out rupees 10,000 more and get the latest version. The fourth question is, do you need the LTE variant or GPS only? Well, first thing to consider here is the price difference. The price difference is around 9,000 rupees for both Series 4 and Series 3. The difference between the GPS only and the cellular connection. Secondly, there is no extra charge on your billing, which is what there is there in US. Thirdly, the cellular works only with Airtel postpaid and Jio both post and prepaid. So if you have any other service provider, the LTE version anyway will not work. Moreover, Jio is far superior in terms of setup and absence of bugs for LTE. Number 4 is only the LTE model will connect to the internet in the absence of your phone or a Wi-Fi network. So if you are out jogging and don't have your phone with you, you can still stream music from Apple Music or any other watch compatible streaming service only on the LTE model. Number 5 is you can leave your phone anywhere in the house and be anywhere else inside or outside your house and you will still not miss a call or a notification. Number 6, the battery of the LTE variant drains out faster if you use the LTE service a lot. Number 7, the GPS version only comes in the unibody aluminum case. Well, if you want the stainless steel option, then you have to go only for the LTE variation. Ultimately, ask yourself how much time you will be away from your phone and Wi-Fi, or how much you would want to be away from them if you have the LTE variant with you. Now, in my case, I used to carry my iPhone practically everywhere in the house and even for running small errands outside my house. But after I got the LTE variant, I don't use my iPhone much and I am able to move about without carrying it. So why Apple Watch? It's better for more active users because of its more forgiving fit. It's better for productivity fans because of its zipper-like apps and networking. It's better for small wristed because you get a good size screen in a smaller body. And it's an amazing product for people vulnerable to falls or heart problems. It's better for everyone, is what I'm trying to say. And with these kind of health features, Apple has shifted my thinking from the Apple Watch being a product that's nice to have, but is by no means essential, to one that I hope as many people as possible can own just in case it saves their lives. In fact, with health tech this potential important, I find myself wondering if Apple shouldn't break the watch's exclusive tie to iOS and let everyone take advantage of what it can do. So that is the end of this review. If you enjoyed this video, then do hit the thumbs up button and let me know what you think of the Apple Watch if you own one, or the smartwatch you use. Check out the other videos of this channel, and if you like them, do hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified for future video uploads. With that, this is Kalyan Kumar signing off. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Thank you for watching this and see you all in the next one.